This is what people don't realise. August is going to go by very quickly, and before you know it, it's going to be December. People will look back and think, I've done nothing again. I've wasted another year. But this year is more important. All you've got to do is look around and see the landscape and recognise, oh, the world seems to be changing at a rapid pace. Yes, look at AI. You think AI isn't coming to take over people's jobs. Just by knowing someone doesn't have the leverage over you and you could go at a moment's notice, that is enough freedom of mind to not be in a state of fear.
You have to judge, are my intentions pure? Have you seen over the last 9 years, do I consistently do things for the community? It makes you realise that when you grow up, if you don't have the right guidance, sometimes it can shape you in a way that doesn't really help you in a competitive landscape. But it doesn't mean you can't learn new things. I wasn't taught any of that, nothing. My father couldn't speak, so you have to learn things a lot later on.
And I think now more than ever, it's never been easier to learn how to trade. It's never, look at our fund, for example, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's not going to be so easy. And there'll be people that sat there, spectated, watched, and they're like, oh, Mark, now I really want to learn to trade because they realise that AI is taking over their job, for example.
That's why we have programs like this involved. That's why we've said, okay, if you have rewired, you can get on the fund to an external person, because from us, we need to manage risk.
And they have to wait 8 months, or they have to wait a year for them to be able to even get involved in the first place. It's like you could have made that decision now, but what people tend to do is they take too long. Like they wait till things get really, really bad to make a decision. But if you want to be rich and you want to make money, you want to change your life, you've got to start making decisions, because it's the easiest time to learn a skill online and actually be able to make money.
Who needs a cap when you got one of these? Welcome to the Germany meetup. I tell you what, you don't know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the old school moped days. Yeah, that was fun. Anyway, we're going to go see the barn, or just somewhere where we can grab a coffee. I think Ibby's going to meet us at the hotel now because he's a little bit delayed. So what were you saying about the Ritz? Yeah, beautiful. I'm looking at a little Maldives trip. The Ritz-Carlton in the Maldives. Stunning. Look, what the fuck was that?
The fuck is that? Shit!
Yeah, it's just like everything about the Ritz-Carlton in Maldives is just exceptional. So I might go soon. It's a matter of time. I used to visualize being in a position to go anywhere I want in the world. And you know, when you don't have money, all you think about is like, oh, when I've got money, I could do this. But the reality is you have new problems. So now money's not a problem, time is a problem, because you have different responsibilities. And you learn to realize as you become more successful, like you're not just gonna eliminate your problems. People think that money solves everything, it doesn't. And even when you have money, you have to think about, well, I've got money, I've got to do something with it. So you'll have different problems. So the goal is never to eliminate problems. It's just understanding that something gets passed to another thing. But let's be honest, it's a good problem to have, because the only reason why you can't go to the Maldives is because maybe you're too busy working. I'll take that all day long.
What's that? Your first impressions?
That's good. Tell you why. I've had gelato all over the world. You go to Italy, like you know what you're getting. This is up there. I wish I could tell you why or how. The smoothness of it. Like it's one of those things that is so easy, like ice cream. It's so easy to mess up. Let's see how good this coffee is. This is really highly rated as well. Good, good. Are we okay to film in here or no filming?
No, my face, but yes.
Okay, but we can film like parts like that. Oh, excellent. We heard a lot about this place, so we've come from a while to get. The barn here. Yeah. Could you give us any recommendations? Yeah, drink. Yeah, we normally have like a cappuccino.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the.
From Rwanda.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you can put some others if you want.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Let me know what it's saying.
Well, that's a good coffee. I wish I could tell you why, but I just don't know how to explain it. That's a good coffee. It's a stronger coffee. Nope.
That's going to be proper sweet. That's going to be like really sweet.
How'd that get in there?
Is that a crow? I don't know if it is. But anyway, it's a weird looking bird. Look, when you want to become successful, do you believe that everything is connected to everything else? So how you do one thing is probably how you do everything. I think most people would actually agree with that statement. So if that's the case, and you can't come to a meetup, because let's say you're super introverted and you're shy, you're timid, you're not really confident in yourself. Well, if you can't come to a meetup and just network with people that are on the same page as you, how on earth are you going to trade 7 figures? Because that in and of itself is going to push you out your comfort zone. You're going to be doing things that only the top 1% of people. Like, this is the other part, right? I didn't organise this meetup. Nico organised this meetup. He's been in Falcon, a very loyal student for years. He's come to masterminds. He's one of my favourite students. He's not had it easy. Like, he's had his ups and downs, but he's always found a way to bounce back, always found a way to improve. And his mentality as a whole, he has an accountability group as well that they run in Germany. Like, that group is just phenomenal. Like, the commitment levels they have, it's like beautiful to see. But again, shout out to Nico, because he helped me with all of this. Like, it was not easy to organise, especially not in Berlin. The other places have been fairly straightforward, but the reason why I'm saying this is because this isn't some sort of transactional community. Like, I can actually rely on people. It goes further than trading. There are so many things I help students out with that have got nothing to do with trading whatsoever. You know, certain situations in life, and if I've got experience with that and I feel like I can add some value, then I will.
Also, one thing I just wanted to mention as well is, like, I think a lot of people don't actually realise that that's not normal behaviour for someone of your calibre of wealth. I think that's what a lot of people don't realise, is like, you don't have to do this. What actually keeps you going through this project?
I found my purpose. Like, I am fortunate enough that I have met very successful people. Like, I mean, I only get a brief insight, but when you meet people, a few times, you learn about how they think, you know, what they think about, you know, the kind of when the cameras are off, you learn about how they are. And I found that most people are not actually that happy, like, not fulfilled. No drive, no purpose. So although financially, yeah, I don't have to do this, I don't have to go to other parts of the world, even just the project itself, I don't need to create meetups and have these extra costs for events. Like, I don't actually have to go and do that. And students, they can feel the passion. They would be absolutely happy with not having to come together in person. And I'm sure there are lots of projects that don't go above and beyond for their students. But that's usually because they are transactional and they need those people to stick around. They need to dangle the carrot. They're not actually looking out for their best interest. Where I know I've come from nothing. You got to understand, when you come from nothing, no one can bullshit me with woe is me, or like, oh, it's difficult for me because I'm studying, I'm working this extra job. It's like, look, take a look at my life as well. I'm not saying that I've had the hardest life. I'm sure there are other people that have had harder lives than me, but I've had a very difficult upbringing, not normal. It's not normal for you to be 5 years old and your dad has a stroke and now he's paralysed for the rest of his life, and you have to be forced to be a fully grown adult and sacrifice most of your childhood. That's not a normal upbringing to have. So I missed out on a lot. I know what it's like to have duty. I know what it's like to sacrifice a lot. And because of that, it's built mental resilience and mental strength. So I almost feel like for me to just sit there and just go on holiday when I want and just put my feet up and do nothing would feel like I'm doing a disservice. Like, how long could you do that until you'd get bored and realise, oh, how many holidays can you go on? How many watches can you buy? How many cars can you drive until you genuinely wake up every day going, what's my purpose? So for me, being able to meet people that have already like made it, so to speak, where they've got enough money where they'll never need to work forever again, some of them are like, feel like they're lacking motivation and lacking desire, because I think when you crack the code, if you spend your whole life thinking, can't wait till I'm rich, can't wait till I make money. Okay, cool, you do it. Who are you gonna share it with? Who are you gonna spend time with? How many things could you do of luxury until you just get used to it? Like, you could go from a 3-bed to a bloody palace, and I'm telling you, within 2 weeks, you would get used to your 17 bedrooms. That is how crazy higher levels of success get normalized, which means when you ask me, why do I do this? You have to have something bigger than yourself. And I feel like I have led by action time and time again, 8.5 to nearly 9 years in a row. My actions speak louder than my words, which is why I always say, forget what people say, watch what they do, watch what I do. What did I say I'm going to do this year of the roadmap? I've already done 60% of it. So it's there, take it or leave it. You didn't walk in yet.
Found you, man. Bloody
Exactly. So we've been trying to find everything. I'll tell you what, everything is so far apart in Berlin.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was quite small.
No, when we're going to a coffee shop,
Yeah.
it's like a 23-minute Uber ride, or
You're joking.
yeah, just to go there and somewhere. It's so different to wherever else we've travelled.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
spoiled, you know. When we're in Dubai, it's just like everything else
Yeah,
is so
yeah, yeah.
close. Yeah, we're gonna go find the coffee shop that we just went to. Unreal.
Is it?
The barn. You know, I love my coffee.
Yeah.
The barn is exceptional.
I just seen it.
I went on that, and then it confirmed that this is the best place.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Just come up with an idea. Check.
go, because you love AI.
I'm gonna say if I was a broker.
Yeah. I was going to say, ask the question and see. Well, no, say if you was a prop firm.
Okay.
See if it's got enough data on that.
If I was a prop firm in the Forex trading space and I wanted to make the most money possible out of retail traders, what should I do?
So if we're talking about that kind of prop firm model, where the business is essentially making its money from the fact that a lot of traders don't succeed long term, basically from those who pay the assessment fees and then lose their funded accounts, then your strategy might shift a bit. In that scenario, you might actually lean more into the technical side of things and make that the star of the show. If traders believe that once they get the technicals down, they'll be golden, they might focus heavily on that and perhaps underestimate how much psychology plays a role in not blowing up their accounts. In other words, if the business model thrives on traders stumbling eventually, you might emphasize the idea that mastering a technical strategy is the key to success and not highlight the psychological side as much.
So if I was an evil prop firm owner and I had an agenda to make the most amount of profit whatsoever, is it possible that I would get people of influence to spin the narrative that psychology is actually not that important then, because technicals is the be-all and end-all, and you would want as many of those people failing to make money? Would I be on the right lines, or tell me if there's something I'm missing that I'm not biased?
Yeah, you're definitely on the right lines if we're talking about a kind of evil mastermind prop firm scenario. In that kind of situation, it would make total sense to get influencers or respected voices in the trading community to downplay the importance of psychology. If they're all saying, hey, just nail the technicals and you'll be fine, then more traders might overlook the mental and emotional side of trading. And as a result, they might make the same psychological mistakes over and over, which would benefit the firm's bottom line in that kind of profit model. So yeah, you're not really missing anything there. It's a pretty logical, if a bit devious approach, but that's the idea.
So my last question would be, I essentially have to trust the intentions and the integrity of the prop firm owners. And then I also have to come to the conclusion that over the last 5 years, there are so many prop firms that have come and gone and they're not paid out their traders. So I think I am on the right lines. That it's either the prop firm owner is super authentic, has no ill intention whatsoever, wants all of their traders to succeed, or psychology probably wouldn't be a popular thing for them if they want to maximize their bottom line.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed the logic of it. It really does boil down to trusting the intentions and integrity of the firm. There are absolutely unprop firms out there that genuinely want their traders to succeed, because successful traders can bring in a different kind of reputation and stability. But on the flip side, there are definitely firms that might see more profit in having a revolving door of traders who come and go after paying fees.
If I'm an influencer and I'm on Instagram or YouTube and I get paid a commission based off of how many prop firm people sign up for prop firms to buy assessments, would you say that it would be a fair assumption that that person of influence would downplay the idea of psychology with the goal and the aim that more and more people would buy assessments because they get an affiliate? Would I be right in thinking that, or am I thinking from too much of a negative standpoint?
I think you're actually being pretty realistic there, not necessarily too negative. It's a fair for prop firm assessments. They might naturally have a bias. They might lean into the angle that makes it easier for people to feel confident about jumping in. And that could mean downplaying how tough the psychological side can be. So you're not off base at all. And it's just kind of recognizing that if there's a financial incentive, people might shape their message in a way that encourages more signups, even if that means not emphasizing the full picture. So yeah, you're thinking along pretty reasonable lines there.
And just one more point to add, people watching this clip might think, well, you're selling a psychology course, you're obviously going to benefit, of course, because our prop firm model is designed completely different, right? We don't make money off assessment fees because we don't market our prop firm publicly all the time, in a sense of run advertisements, don't do none of that stuff, right? And it's not public, which is the main thing. If it was public, then that'd be a different story. But we're not public, we're private, we're in-house, which means the reason we have a psychology program is because we need to make sure we have the best traders. If we wanted the best traders and we didn't have a psychology program, that'd be a scam completely. So if you look at most prop firm models, they're not a trading community. It's a prop firm before anything. Falcon's a trading community first that now has a prop firm for students. So in that essence, if we want the lowest fail rate and we want the highest success rate and we want people winning, we want people making money, we have to come to the reality that they need to rewire their mind. That's why we sell it so much, is because we want the best traders.
And the interesting thing is, most people say, well, look, you make money from psychology. So of course you're going to peddle that narrative. Bear in mind, I've been pushing that since 2017, before Rewired was even a thought, before it even existed. At this point, I've been surrounded by very, very successful people, which I'm grateful for. So I'd been already doing personal development for years. At this point, 3 or 4 years in, I've read all of these books. I've read all these personal development books that people were picking up. I was pushing to people whatever book that I could, that I thought would give them enough resources to at least like embark on more emotional control via the chimp paradox. That's all I had until I put all of my work together, my life's work, to speed that up. But on top of that, it's like if someone said to me, Mark, do you think investing into a journaling software to journal my trades is a good idea? I say, yeah, absolutely. And we'll push people towards companies that we're not even affiliated with, and they pay subscriptions for it. So if that was the case, every single thing that we would do, we'd be like, no, give the money to us, give the money to us. But we don't. So yeah, of course, we're big on psychology and we're big on technicals, but at the same time, we also push people towards things that we know is going to help them, that we have no affiliation to whatsoever. So it's about integrity here, and I think a lot of people in this industry of influence, they peddle a narrative that only benefits them and only when they can make money. And that is a slippery slope, extremely disingenuous, and actually sets up the trader to fail versus succeed.
Easy. There is not a single resource that we don't have for a trader to make money. Not a single resource. Every single thing, capital, investment opportunities after they've achieved the capital, constant help, network, support, right? And the main thing is you learn how to trade. You learn a system that's battle tested.
You ask an individual, let's say you meet someone on the street, they're interested in trading, and then I say to them, what would be the benefit of you having a mentor that has stuck to their word for 8.5 years in a row, that has consistently shown up? What would be the benefit of that? Probably someone who cares, right? That leads with action and leads with intention and integrity and is not transactional. What would be the benefit of me being able to learn from someone who's been in the market for nearly 18 years or just past 18 years, who has gone through recessions, every market cycle you can imagine? What would be the benefit? Would it save you money? Would it speed up your time? You know, when you start asking these questions, so it's not about the list of what are the benefits of Falcon, because our resources are endless, as you say. It's more of who are you going to be surrounded by? Who's going to be guiding you, not just in trading, but outside of trading? Who has a successful life? Who has their shit together? Because like you could find a successful trader. They could live in anywhere. It could live in Miami, could live in Canada, like it could be anywhere, Australia, anywhere in the world. But if they're just someone who splashes their money all the time, bad financial literacy, and is showing all of the flashy lifestyle as much as they possibly can to the extreme, but has terrible relationships, emotionally unstable all over the place, they might have just found a way to gamify things. Like we saw people make money in prop firms that are now not making money in prop firms and had terrible emotional regulation. That's why it never lasted. But if you think to the average person, when they see just a glimpse of that lifestyle, they'll think, oh, that's a bit of me, that is. So you're having to rely on the integrity of the individuals. And if I was a new trader right now, I'd be looking around and thinking, there's not really that much to choose from. There's not many people that have been around for 7, 8, 9 years that have consistently stayed true to their message, where I can visibly see, has there been tangible growth? Do their members look happy? Does it look like there is success there periodically, or is there hardly any success for me to look at? You know, do I see growth there? Do I see a lot of people talking about it? Selling anything in trading is just seen as like as bad, or like there is a stigma attached to it. But you can sell insurance, you can sell life coaching, you can sell fitness plans, you can sell all of that. But no, how dare you try and teach someone how to trade and make money and quit their 9 to 5? You're some bad guy, evil guy. Now I understand there's a few cowboys out there, but then you'll get these kind of influencers that they haven't got a course, they haven't got any mentorship, no group, no signal group, but they have a person of influence because they've documented things, and now they've linked up with a prop firm. So like, do you know what, guys? I've got nothing to sell you. I'm not like all these other people. I've got nothing to sell you. All I want to do is help you. And by the way, use my code L422 for 22% off this futures prop firm or whatever, some shit. So it's like, it's so interesting that even these people try and peddle the narrative that we're evil, they're not, yet they're transactional, would also tell you psychology is not important and would be happy for you to spend 10, 15, 20k of your money with that single payout just so they can get their affiliate commission. You tell me who's fucking disingenuous.
What is the one piece of advice that you could give them right now that they can take tangible action on?
Try it for 1 month.
It's
What have you got to lose?
Yeah.
You're thinking the same thing. It's like, what have you got to lose?
Yeah.
Well, like £100 odd. Yeah, it's insane to me. Like, think about the people that have genuinely sat on the fence for 3 years, and this has happened before, by the way, where they've said, Mark, do you know what, I've been watching you for 3 years, I finally bucked up the courage to join. I said, what's wrong with you? You just wasted 3 years. What if you didn't even like trading?
Yeah.
And you've just wasted 3 years procrastinating
Yeah.
over money that you spend every month on shit that doesn't benefit you.
Yeah.
And you didn't go, do you know what? Let me just try it for not even just 1 month, like 2 months. Let me give it 60 days for me to get stuck in, see what it's about. And what that does is it helps me understand their values, their community. Do they actually mean what they say? Because in 2 months, I'm going to figure that out. I'll probably figure it out in a month. And then I can decide whether I like it, whether I resonate with the group. Yet you're willing to waste so much money on things like for example, this food, right?
Yeah.
How many of these same people that go like, trading's risky and I don't know if I want to do that, they won't try something for a month, but they'll go spend £150 a week.
Yeah.
Oh, very, very good. Yeah,
nice.
very happy.
Thank
Fantastic.
you.
Yeah. They'll be happy to spend this money on food every week,
Yeah.
but they won't bet on themselves. It's wild to me.
It's mad.
If it was like 3K and it wasn't your average purchase, I would understand that you'd be like doing your due diligence, you'd want to be sure, is it the right group? Can I get enough testimonials to verify that is the right thing? I would understand that. But the fact that you spend more than that on a weekly shop, you could try it for 1 month and you get 30 days of everything. So yeah, less spectating and more participation.
Right, let me be real with you for a second. Not many of you will know this. I was 17 washing cars. Nobody knew about this. Humiliated. Just about to put money together. I thought, let me try this for 1 month. 1 month, see if it works. After that first month, I was hooked. Second month, third month went by. Now I'm managing multiple 6 figures. I'm financially free, don't have to worry about money. I'm fine. I'm scaling up my lifestyle. And when I look back at that kid that I was, 17 years old, had I have just had one doubt cross my mind in that moment of making that decision, I wouldn't be sat here right now in this position. One decision can change your entire life, and I'm a living proof of that.